Hello and welcome to another video in Coffee with Al. Now, in the last video, we spoke about several things, but three component parts to your life, being your health, wealth, and your relationships. And I want to cover the most important one out of all of those three, and that's the health. Now, I know it's really difficult sometimes when you're completely focused on the money, which seems to dominate everybody's life. But we're going to cover that in a subsequent video after this one. But the most important thing that you should be focusing, and especially this time of year, enter the new year, where most of you have probably written down or got through that first day of going to the gym or getting out the house, is your health.
Before we get started, like this channel, smash the subscribe button and give the bell a shake for some more modern, up-to-date content. Thank you.
Okay, so I like to break topics down into component parts. So again, your health, you've got your physical, you've got your mental, and you've got your emotional health. Okay, so each one of those in turn then is vitally important and equally important. Okay, but we mostly tend to default onto the physical side. You know what it's like, you know, the beer belly's got a little bit big, not just over the festive period, as we like to kid ourselves on, you know, the ongoing craziness of trying to navigate ourselves around the toxicity of the food chain. And to be quite honest with you, the whole of the industry of the fitness, the diet and the nutrition is a little bit murky in my view, because, you know, having read several books on this topic, having fought with weight ballooning myself and, you know, massive health issues with regards to things like gout, crawling around on the floor for 18 months, not being able to walk, you know, it sort of came to me that I needed to work out what was right for me. So whatever I talk about today in this video has been, you know, phenomenally what's worked out for me. And it does require you to hit that stop button of our forever hectic lives. And it's really sunny here today, you know, which is good, vitamin D. And just to go off on a sidetrack, isn't it crazy how industry tells you or tries to tell you that sun's bad for you? Hence the reason why they give you sunscreen, hence the reason why you should wear sunglasses, you shouldn't gaze at the sun. Well, actually, in fact, it's the opposite. The more research, the more rabbit holes you go down, you find out that the sun is one of the most vital parts to your health. Now, I digress. So we've got this situation that you tell yourself you want to lose weight, you want to get yourself fit, you want to do this, but then you enter the realm of basically not having a bloody clue about what's going to work, what has not worked in the past. And I think if you're honest with yourself, which is the basis of most things, having to be honest with yourself, I think what you'll find is you didn't actually dissect what it is you're trying to do, and you didn't go further enough into the process. Okay, so you know, you're going to hear me say tickling it, not tackling it, quite a lot, because that's generally what people do. You know, hands up how many people have given up already. And at the time of shooting this video, it's only the 2nd of January. Okay, there's a lot of you out there. Okay, but keep at it, because as Jim Rohn said, look after your body. It's the only home you have. So anything else from this point forward is irrelevant and can be either rectified, can be purchased, or, you know, can be obtained in some other shape or form. But your health is your one critical priority. So remember in the subsequent video, video 4, I think it was, when I said what is the one biggest problem that you face right now, and if you weren't to resolve that issue, then it would subsequently hamper you from moving forward in your life. Now, there'll be a lot of you out there who went, oh yeah, I need to make more money and I need to do this and I need to do that. But actually, fundamentally, if you're not healthy enough to be able to get out there and do them things in order to be able to attain more money, then you're in a bit of a state, you know. And there's a lot of our society that are in this state. Now, I know, and I've got a little bit of compassion, only a small bit, okay? debilitating injuries, you know, debilitating problems, you know, disabilities and all that lot. I 100% get it. I get it. But you have to do enough. And again, I'll go off on a small tangent here because it's measurable. You know, I've got a lot of ex-military friends who have sustained life-changing injuries, and I know of a lot of you know, people that have even become amputees. You know, 1, 2, 3 limbs missing, 4 limbs missing, lost their sight or whatever. And as an observation, it would seem that people in that situation have kind of picked up the cards that they've been dealt with, and they're pushing on with it because they understand how important life is. Maybe they've got dependents, maybe they've got a wife, kids, and all the rest of it, that people still look up to them regardless of waking up the following morning and being minus, you know, 2 legs and an arm. Okay, there are a lot of people out there doing a lot of good with the cards that they've been dealt with. So actually, without being too harsh, you know, whenever I hear somebody bleating and arguing, oh, I can't do this, I've got a problem, I've got an issue, I would openly ask them what their problem is, what is their issue, and then we would say, you know, try and measure that against some of the more severe injuries, ailments, and whatever. Okay, so we go off on a small tangent there about you know, different levels of injury, but actually it still comes under the hood of your health, all right? And they say prevention's better than cure, and many of us are in full fettle, you know. We've got all our limbs, so in theory there's not that much going wrong with us. You know, I've got a cough now and again, I've got, you know, a couple of aches and pains or whatever, but generally if I measure myself against that of what I was 5 years ago, crawling around, couldn't even stand up, had gout, and it was down to nothing but being overweight, regardless of what the doctor said, or maybe you drink too much alcohol, maybe you eat too much shellfish, or blah, 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 and the list goes on. The actual fundamental wake-up call for me was, oh my God, I'm a little bit over weight, I'm rotund, I'm, you know, approaching my 50s as it was at the time. Something has to change. And then you have to sort of start going back to the old basics, the pen and paper, and start looking at your life. Now, they're all linked to each other, because you can become kind of depressed or have any of these other tags that are running around in the mental health industry. And we're going to talk about that very briefly and quickly in a minute. But, you know, if you can't walk one morning because you've got backache, or you've got problems here, or you've got this, or, you know, the list is too vast to mention in this video. But I will say, you know, I'm not per se a qualified practitioner in the medical field. And there is a reason for when you make that statement, is because they just want you to align with their rhetoric, okay? Because remember, Big Pharma is a licensed drug dealer, okay? The whole idea, and again, this is the rabbit hole you can go down, the whole idea of doctors prescribing drugs is for the inevitable kickback that a doctor will get. And then start researching how much these top people got to peddle the big C vaccine, 2019, 2022, you know, the COVID pandemic vaccine, and all this other stuff that these global elitists are all manufacturing, and then they come up with a cure before they actually release the pandemic itself. It's all a complete farce. I'm trying not to swear because I'm on YouTube. But you get my meaning, all right? You have to be aware of everything that's going around you, and specifically in the pharmaceutical field as well. There's a lot of books out there that dispel all the myth and the rumors, and you should delve into trying to research some of this stuff for yourself. I will argue against anybody, all right? I will argue against anything, that there's not anything more important in this world than your health, okay? So physically, well, you know what you've got to do, and it doesn't need to be, and it's difficult because I've been sort of indoctrinated in, you know, going out running, heavy weights and all this. It doesn't need to be that. You know, in fact, 5 years ago when I was here in Chiang Mai is where I lost my most weight. And it was setting myself some tasks. So for example, if I wanted to go for a coffee, and I love coffee. If I want to go for coffee, I want to go for breakfast, I knew where I was going, but I'd pick a route a long way around. All right. And of course, for most of you, it's fitting it into your busy schedule. A busy schedule that you tell yourself is busy, but needn't be busy if, again, you unravel it and start working out where your time is actually being lost. Okay. Okay, so that's your physical stuff. You know, the key thing is you need to get moving. Everyone has to get moving, whether it be just getting up, stretching, whether it be getting out the door, walking around the block, walking around the estate, or doing something. And remember, if you're walking, you can be listening, right? On your mobile university, taking in some information, watching YouTube videos, might be watching this as you're walking. Okay, so, you know, it's not tomorrow, it's today. You can even stop this video and come back and watch the rest once you've gone and got something done, all right? Got some work done. So the next one then is the mental capacity. Now, you call it what you want. It's mental illness, mental condition, mental problems, mental anything with a negative connotation attached to it, where in fact what we like to refer to it is as a mental injury, if that is indeed what you choose to have. Okay, and I'm very, very specific with this, because I would ask anybody to prove to me that any mental injury out there has not only a white paper, and if you don't know what the premise of the white paper is, it's basically somebody's research and opinion written down, okay, and filed somewhere. There is a difference between a white paper and a past white paper, which goes through a rigorous, vigorous testing process with people pulling it apart to enable the findings to be as near as, damn it, 100%. It's what I take on this. Somebody out there super far more intelligent than me, they might have a different thing, but effectively there's not many white papers out there. Okay, so all papers and discoveries up to this point are merely somebody's opinion. Okay, science is a crazy world, all right, whereas somebody might have an idea, they push it out there, and then we all follow on and go along with it because that's what's been said. That to me is stupidity. Okay, you need to take whatever somebody's saying and go and do your own research and own the whole you. You've got to own the whole you. So isn't it ironic for those people that may be similar to my age that when we were growing up, you didn't hear of many of these mental injuries, mental ailments, because they're by design, okay, from what I gather. Most of them are by design by big pharma in order to put another layer of the control mechanism upon you, okay? So starting at the very beginning of the chain, you've got stress. Whoopie-doo. Life is a big stress, okay? But there's one before that, it's probably numerous before that, but there's strain, you know? There's a bit of strain. Every day you get up, you can't get your leg through your undercrackers, your boxer shorts, your knickers or whatever. You put your socks on the wrong feet. That's a joke. You know, you struggle to get your shoes on in the morning. Well, that isn't a mental condition. That might just be a small strain. And we've all been in that situation where the first couple of minutes of your day hasn't gone right and you think, sod it, I'm going back to bed. Yeah, or as the other statement says, got out the bed the wrong side. You know, practice it. Sometimes it cures a lot of problems if you just start the day again afresh. Okay. So you've got a bit of strain, you've got a bit of stress, and then there seems to be now hundreds, if not thousands, of variations. I mean, the extreme right when I was younger was you had depression of some shape or form, and they used to get people laced on these tablets, which was absolutely mad. And then clinical depression. Geez, only about 10, 20 years before my time, probably my parents' era, you were picked up by the men in the white coats and thrown in the back of a van, put in a straitjacket and went to an asylum, okay? There was never any help back then. So the whole of this mental illness, mental issues, problems, mental injuries, as I refer it to, which ultimately an injury, with an injury you can get better. And if you feel that you're watching this right now and you have PTSD, which many of my fellow comrades have, coming out of trauma environments, firefighters, anybody in a traumatic job can be diagnosed, right, with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I hear some sad stories where people are actually using them as leverage and levers, and they're introducing themselves with, oh, hi, my name's Tom, I've got PTSD. Now, if you're carrying around any of these tags, or you've got a problem, or you're seeking help, and I applaud you if you are getting help. If you think have got a problem in the upstairs, in the mental capacity, and you're not getting help, then you're just an idiot. All right. There was a study a while back, a good few years ago now, maybe 6 or 7 years. It was in the mainstream media. About 43%, statistics are all statistically proven to be statistically for the for mainstream media in order to get people to buy into stuff. Okay, it was 43% of people that had post-traumatic stress disorder were self-diagnosed. Have you ever heard so much crap in your life? That one day an individual wakes up, feels a little bit of strain, stress, or a little bit of drama going on in their life, or big problems, little problems, whatever. The wife leaves him, he's caught, with a gambling problem, or a multitude of other things, and then decides that he's going to sign himself off work with depression, right? I'm not a big fan of this, okay? Now, you can fight me all you want. It's my personal view on this, and if you want to prove me that there's past white papers being proven clinically that this is a real thing, then I'll be right here, and you can get in touch with me, okay? Now, emotional health is basically your resilience to tackle those problems. Remember, I spoke about problem solutions, and then problems intelligence and intelligent application in order to resolve a solution. So your emotional health is all about conditioning yourself to deal with things before they actually happen. So emotional strengths, all right? Now, there's a couple of givens, a couple of things. You might have members of the family that are ill, seriously ill. Diagnosis is they're not going to last too much longer, okay? We're horribly in that situation where people are, popping off before us, or popping off around us. And because this is going to, it's imminent, it's going to happen, then you can emotionally prepare yourself for the day. It's going to happen, so you just have to prepare yourself for that. Again, it's a huge subject, but it's all about the preparation before the actual event happens, okay? So in essence, physical, mentally, and emotional, you have to prepare yourself, this container, this thing that you have, a multitude of different feelings inside. You have to prepare yourself and be the best version of yourself, okay? Okay, in today's Coffee Korner, we're going to talk about determination, diligence, and the good old discipline, okay? Let's jump into Coffee Korner right now.
Welcome back to Coffee Korner. Let's get started with the first word for today, determination. Introduction. Determination is the steadfast resolve to pursue a goal, no matter the obstacles. It's the inner strength that pushes us forward when the going gets tough. In this segment, we'll uncover the essence of determination, its impact on our lives, and practical ways to cultivate it. Theoretical definition. Core meaning. Determination is a firm decision to achieve something despite challenges. Psychological perspective. It's the mental toughness to overcome adversity. Cultural insight. Across societies, determination is seen as a key to success and respect. Behavioral aspect, demonstrated through persistence and consistent effort. Philosophical lens, determination reflects our commitment to purpose and growth, Practical application. Set clear objectives. Know exactly what you're striving for and why. Break down goals. Tackle big aspirations by dividing them into manageable steps. Build resilience. Learn to recover quickly from setbacks and keep going. Stay focused. Eliminate distractions to maintain momentum. Seek support. Surround yourself with encouraging and like-minded individuals. Actionable steps. Create a plan, write a detailed roadmap for achieving your goal. Daily efforts. Commit to taking at least one action daily that moves you closer to your objective. Visualize success. Picture the end result and let it fuel your drive. Track progress. Keep a journal to document small wins and lessons learned. Revisit your why. Regularly remind yourself of the reasons behind your determination. Be aware. Burnout. Avoid pushing so hard that you neglect rest and recovery. Over-attachment. Be open to adjusting your methods if they're not working. External validation. Don't let others' opinions dictate your resolve. Comparison. Focus on your journey without measuring against others. Impatience. Trust the process and give yourself time to grow. Conclusion. What's one goal you're determined to achieve this year? Share your aspirations and challenges in the comments, and let's inspire each other to persevere and succeed. Next then is diligence. Introduction. Diligence is the consistent and careful effort we put into our endeavors. It's the key to mastering skills, building trust, and achieving long-term success. In this segment, we'll explore how diligence shapes our character and how to nurture it in our daily lives. Theoretical definition. Core meaning. Diligence is steady, earnest, and energetic effort in pursuit of a goal. Cultural insight. Often viewed as a virtue, diligence reflects discipline and reliability. Psychological perspective. It's the ability to maintain focus and persistence over time. Behavioral aspect, seen in attention to detail and commitment to quality. Philosophical lens, it embodies the pursuit of excellence and meaningful work. Practical application. Plan ahead, organize tasks to make consistent effort more manageable. Prioritize quality, focus on doing things well rather than just quickly. Stay consistent. Develop routines that reinforce productive habits. Eliminate distractions. Create an environment that supports focused work. Learn continuously. Seek opportunities to improve and refine your methods. Actionable steps. Set daily goals. Outline 3 key tasks to accomplish each day. Time blocking. Allocate specific periods for focused work. Track habits. Use a habit tracker to monitor your consistency. Seek feedback. Ask others to review your work for areas of improvement. Reflect on efforts. End each day by evaluating your progress and adjusting plans. Be aware. Perfectionism. Striving for excellence is good, but avoid getting stuck on minor flaws. Overworking. Diligence should not come at the cost of health or relationships. Lack of balance. Maintain effort in all areas of life, not just work. Resistance to change. Be open to adopting more effective practices when needed. Procrastination. Break down overwhelming tasks into smaller, actionable steps. Conclusion. Are you diligent? I mean, you hear people quoting how diligent they are all the time. How has being diligent helped you achieve something meaningful? Share your experiences in the comments below. Finally then, discipline. Introduction. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. It's the ability to control your actions, emotions, and habits in alignment with your aspirations. In this segment, we'll explore the power of discipline and how to cultivate it for a more focused and fulfilling life. Theoretical definition. Core meaning. Discipline is self-control and adherence to a set of rules or goals. Psychological perspective. It reflects the ability to delay gratification for long-term rewards. Cultural insight. Many traditions emphasize discipline as a path to personal and spiritual growth. Behavioral aspects seen in consistent habits and the ability to resist distractions. Philosophical lens. Discipline embodies the pursuit of purpose over fleeting desires. Practical application. Set clear boundaries. Define what's acceptable and unacceptable in your life. Develop routines. Create daily habits that align with your goals. Resist temptations. Identify triggers and strategies to stay focused. Stay accountable. Share your goals with someone who can help keep you on track. Reward progress. Celebrate milestones to reinforce positive behavior. Actionable steps. Morning ritual. Start each day with a disciplined routine. Goal alignment. Ensure your actions reflect your larger aspirations. Practice delayed gratification. Resist immediate temptations for greater future rewards. Monitor distractions. Identify and eliminate common distractions. Reflect and adjust. Regularly evaluate what's working and refine your approach. Be aware. Rigidity. Balance. Discipline with flexibility to adapt to unexpected changes. Negative self-talk. Avoid harsh criticism if you slip up. Focus on learning instead. Unrealistic standards. Set achievable goals to avoid frustration. Overexertion. Allow time for rest and relaxation to maintain discipline sustainably. Lack of purpose. Ensure your discipline is tied to meaningful goals, not just routine. Conclusion. In my opinion, discipline is probably one of the misused words we hear daily and very poignant at the start of every new year when we commit to making New Year's resolutions. What's one area of your life where you'd like to build more discipline? Share your insights and strategies below. It's a great idea to get an accountability partner who is aligned with your visions and goals, who will keep you on track. Remember, all of this is progress, not perfection. I don't have all the answers and neither do you, but collectively we all learn and grow together.
Okay, so there you have it. Today we talked about determination, diligence and discipline. I just want to pull apart that one at the end there. The discipline is probably one of the biggest, most, what's the word I'm looking for? Probably the biggest, most abused term out there, where people sort of, as this container, value themselves as being disciplined. You were disciplined on the 31st of December to go into the 1st to make your New Year's resolutions, and then by the 2nd you've given up. Discipline needs to be personal, it needs to be owned, and it needs to be able to be measured. And we do that by goals, aspirations, visions, and breaking down the year, breaking down a period of time when we hope to achieve something, and then meeting those goals. And every time we meet those goals, we reward ourselves with something, a pat on the back, a well done, for achieving the or being disciplined in order to complete the task that you set out before you. Okay, so I hope you got some value out of this, and I'll speak to you in the next video.